but a legal judicial review being taken after the longest planning consultation project. And this is the longest awaited project in the history of the state. And it's now, we've been kicked back.
You must be gutted. You do love this project.
I mean, as a Fingal man,
without being
like
it's flippant about it, it genuinely is insane that we're in a position.
I'm not being a bit flippant. This is so important.
I know, but it's huge. It is huge for everybody around Dublin and for anybody who wants to connect to Ireland generally.
To the front door of the nation, as you call Dublin Airport.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. But like, it's just even beyond Swords, the biggest, fastest growing town in the country, has been, waiting for this. The commuting times from Swords are absolutely through the roof at the moment. Traffic in general is horrendous around Dublin, as we've been speaking about during the week. But this is just such a huge key project. And for this, and the Ranelagh issue, because I covered some of the planning hearings when this was on. Yes. The Ranelagh thing was long flagged. That this was going to be an issue. Jim O'Callaghan, of course, as the local TD, even raised it, I think, about maybe 2 years ago, I think it was. Why is the whole thing being held up just because of this one thing?
Can I further, not that I really want to drag you even further down into the depths of depression, but can I piddle on your parade even more? When Darragh O'Brien says the shovels will be in the ground in the lifetime of this government, he can't commit to that either.
You can't really, no.
Because the last judicial review that got fully exhausted by the courts was for planning permission that was granted in the summer of 2021, and it went as far as the Supreme Court, and they only made their final ruling on it in close to the summer of 2024. You could be looking at a 3-year delay in putting spades in the ground because of this, which means 2027 timeline for construction, if it survives judicial review, is 2030 potentially if they go that far.
It's just such a scale above anything we've ever done in this country before. The fact that you need 8,000 people to come in and work and build this, but they'd almost effectively need an Olympic village to house them, to make sure that we get this.
You'd have to build that first.
And
that's 3 or 4 years.
Well, Jen, it isn't just necessarily just all about the Metrolink. It's emblematic of how difficult it is to make this city and this country work, to make things work. Transport is very, very poor by the standards of a Western European country. Public transport, very, very, very poor. And we just aren't improving things. We have depend so much on the open economy, and we have ministers flying around the world saying, oh, look, we're so grateful for all of the amazing American tech companies who have given us all these jobs, they pay their taxes here, all that sort of stuff. We need these services if we're going to have a thriving economy. But not just that, more importantly, to have a society that actually works for the people who are still here.